Welcome back to Happy Mind, Happy Life podcast. I'm your host Brittany, and we are back with a new episode. Finally, I did kind of pre-record this episode a week ago, but then when I went back to kind of edit and everything, like the volume was not voluming. Yeah, we're back a week later to record, so let's get into it. This is an interesting topic because I never thought I would be like speaking about this in general. But talking about my 20s, my 20 somethings is, I think, monumental from where I like started and then now. And I can't wait for everyone else to kind of like share their own stories, their own monumental lessons and self worth and all of that. So let's get into the first question. What has being in my 20s felt like? Look, when I was younger, I wanted to be so grown. I wanted to be an adult, and I don't like being an adult. Now I really don't like being an adult. Like I hate it. I hate the adult life, but I love the adult life. So sometimes I hate it more than I love it. But overall, I think it's been crazy. I've had to learn like so many lessons just about self-worth, my identity in general, navigating what I want for myself moving forward. I didn't really I thought I knew what I wanted just being an adult and navigating my 20s, but I feel like when I turn a different age too, it it builds you up for something more and something better. It has been hard and it's never easy. I feel like I have good moments and I have bad moments depending what environment and the people that I surround myself with. But I feel like early in my 20s, I was surrounding myself with people who literally just was not the best for me. No shade. I was literally surrounding myself with people who just wasn't for me. I was making not the best decisions, dating, liking the wrong people. Not that they're bad people now, but just even with family members too. I need to learn like I've outgrown certain environments and a lot of things are just not for me anymore. And sometimes I stay in environments because I want to kind of fix things. And that's really what my 20s have felt like. I am turning 27 this year, so 26 is a big moment. It's been a lot of lessons learned at this age too, and I'm really excited to share those things, especially before turning 27. I'm getting really like giddy and excited about turning a different age because the maturity, the beautifulness, the genuinity, just the pure heart that I have is such a blessing for me to have and for others to, get to know me and understand like how I've gotten from the early 20s to like being almost in my late 20s. Biggest lesson so far, I think learning, knowing my self worth, and opening my heart up to different experiences and not really making those experiences be my whole identity. I've let a lot of things slide. I've let a lot of things just hurt me. And once I got to understand like who I really am, along with like my healing process and stuff like that, like it's really just I understand why I had to go through certain lessons. Now I understand because sometimes you want to be like, when is this going to be over? And I feel like evidently I feel like I'm still going to go through different lessons. It's not going to stop. But I feel like those can be positive lessons, good karmic lessons. But yeah, self-worth. I'm learning about who I am, who I want to be, who I'm meant to be, what I want to surround myself with, and really just not taking life for granted. Trying to be a positive, happy person and just live my best life every day. Even though I do have certain moments, but really just try to forgive and move forward as much as I can. I think that was just really hard for me. And then not trying to control certain things that do happen and kind of just, let things flow. Like things will work out the way that they're supposed to. Do the people I surround myself with bring me life? In my early 20s, I think I've kept some of the same people around, but not really. And I think I've just outgrown a lot of things, people, environments, and I'm still navigating all of that right now. But a lot of times, no, because some people can be really negative. Like they're not, like because I am growing and I am healing, a lot of people are not ready for that conversation to take accountability or do their own steps into not wanting to be in the same environment. And I feel like once our perspectives don't align, or if we just don't align, I have to separate myself. And I feel like that's a big lesson as well. So I think I'm getting to a point where I'm meeting people, like like-minded people like me, that do bring some kind of joy and happiness to my life. Like I told two of my coworkers that their existence is really important to me, and I feel like just now, like it's coming, like the next chapter for me that's supposed to happen, like real happiness. Not saying I'm not happy, but like any kind of joy, anything that I deserve, that I'm worthy of, is like really manifesting and coming together. I need to do better with the people that I surround myself with, because once I get a ick of energy, and I've been acting like that kind of like all week, kind of, it does pull me back into like what I'm working on, what I want to build towards. I'm definitely gonna come back to that. Do I love my insecurities? Being in my 20s, like early 20s, I didn't really. I think you can just trail back to like you can either do elementary, high school, middle school, whatever, maybe college. I didn't grow up in a loving environment, so it was just hard to love the things that people would say certain things are beautiful about me, but I didn't really see that. I just hated the way I look. I thought, other people were like prettier than me, better than me. This is why they get a lot of attention. And I didn't like any of mine. Those are just very big insecurities. Even now I'm learning to not like me, love me. It's a better word, because I've just dealt with just self-hating and depression that comes with those insecurities, and it's not fun. It's not fun. Like I try to do everything to not make myself feel like those insecurities. Even now, just being in my 20s, like I started gaining a lot of weight and stuff like that. So that was just, I thought I was just pretty much just going to be that for the rest of my life, and I hated it. I'm growing to love myself and my insecurities a little bit more now, and kind of trying to find a rhythm that helps me. Like affirmations are good too if anyone uses those. So I just struggle with like body image, because growing up I did deal with like a lot of like acne and stuff like that. So I was like doing all that. Now I take care of my face like a lot more, or I give tips to people on how to take care of their skin. And so it's a lot of stuff, but I think now I'm growing into loving who I am, what my appearance gives. If nobody loves it, like you know what to do. What are some things that has changed for me? A lot of things have changed for me. I was moving around a lot in my like around 2021, 22, just moving around a lot and living with people. So definitely my environment, definitely my friendships, relationships. I don't know if I said friendships. Friendships have definitely changed. I'm not friends with the same people. Again, like everything I've outgrown is just a step in the right direction for me. And I feel like my personality has changed. Not many people get to experience that too. And I feel like once some people, and I've said this before, some people are really just stuck on the old version of you, and it's hard for people to see your growth and the things that you're working towards. So that's something that has changed for me. My relationship with my siblings has changed drastically. I'm okay with it. If God, my guides, or the divine wants to bring that back into my life, we'll see how that unfolds. Other than that, like I'm not rushing for a reconciliation with anyone. I have goals and stuff to tend to and stuff, and my goals or whatever, anything that I'm doing, like sometimes it just doesn't align with what other people are doing. And so I think my reaction to certain things are much more quicker. I smell ick, like weird people like a mile away. I feel like I'm so connected to myself spiritually, and I don't want anyone to disrupt my peace whatsoever. No. How many times have I lost myself? I would definitely say 26. I've lost myself a lot, a lot. Like being down real bad, being down real bad. I've lost myself. Nobody would understand or notice that I did. I would hide it like really well. Sometimes when I'm losing myself, I would stress eat. You can call it a depression too. Like I was stress eating a lot. I was just in a bad place, and a lot of times I shut down and I don't be caring. And it's a sad time, because a lot of times I don't know who to reach out to, and a lot of times I'm just crying. And when I cry, I feel all these like types of emotions of waves going through my body. My bones are tight, and it's really hard. Now I think I'm just, excuse me, I think I'm just more open to vocalizing how I feel, but I really need to work more so on my approach to certain things, which I hope like it gets better. I think it will get better, but I haven't lost myself lately. I just sometimes I do feel disconnected from life. Sometimes I dissociate, and sometimes I feel like life is just not real. Like I'm not connecting with reality. And I feel like that's a part of losing yourself too. So, yeah. Let's talk about friendships at this age. Oh my gosh. If you would have told me I would probably only be friends with one person, like I wouldn't probably have believed you. I am such a big person on friendships and I love the people that I surround myself with, people who support me and stuff, but I'm learning about low maintenance friendships and I'm also learning about um high maintenance friendships because if I'm building on something or if someone says to me, "Sorry, I've been like a bad friend or whatever," but then like this is no shade, no shade. But then they could either sit there and say like, "Oh, well, I didn't think this was like a big friendship," but like if you sit there and say to me like, "I'm sorry, I've been a bad friend," so I don't know if people want to build on friendships or just leave it where it's at, and that's like me not texting or doing none of that. It's just it is what it is. And I'm not too much a caring person. Sometimes now when it comes to friendships, I feel like people come and go. I feel like people who want to be in your life, it's hard to navigate. But me, like with I have friends that have kids or they're being a stepmom to certain kids, it's just you can't always get the time you want or you can't always have that friend there when you need them. I'm learning that too and not to really take a lot of things personally. I feel like that's a part of my growth as well. And so I feel like I'm always a person who was always there for people in friendships and stuff. But when it's like time for me to reach out, it's a different scenario. And so I let people come to me. I don't even try to I navigate friendships at this age very differently. You can say I have associates. You can say I have just different relationships with different people. There you go. What do I want to accomplish before 30? There's a lot of things. I definitely want to have like I want to own a home. I think owning a home is like one of my biggest priorities and I affirm I will have a home. And then, possibly a kid with my partner, whoever that may be. I don't know yet. That's gonna be exciting. I want to have a job in my career field after I finish my master's program, either working in like a school or a school or just like office setting, where I have clients come in and then like I have my own couch area, they have their little couch area and they just sprout their little voice at me and tell me what's going on. I think that's exciting. I want to have my own everything without I feel like everybody says this without having somebody to say like, yeah, I did it without you. But if people can rally behind me and have the support or me having the support that I need, that'd be great. But I'm okay with doing it by my big old self. Period. Excuse me. Other than that, I think I just want to kind of have better relationships with people that should be in my life, or that I want to be in my life. I think that's exciting, but we'll see. Do I wish to undo anything? No. No. Not really. I feel like everything that has happened in my 20s has happened for a reason, a distinct like reason. And I feel like if I didn't go through any of those things to fill me up, I wouldn't really be here to tell my story. So I don't wish to undo anything. No, I feel like there's that one person that always has to be the person to speak up, to take accountability, be vulnerable, make certain decisions, mistakes, all the above. So no, not really. If I could say anything to my younger self, what would it be? Probably at like 20. At 20, I would say everything is gonna be okay. Everything will work itself out. Don't be afraid to be you, to speak your truth, to be out, to be, I guess, brave, to be honest, to go out and experience life. Be yourself, go take that job, take a walk, take a hike, experience new people, make new friends. Don't just stay in your comfort zone. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. Try not to take life so seriously sometimes. Laugh it out, cry it out. You are so loved, and you are safe. I can definitely say that you are definitely safe, and your father loves you. Of course, he just be doing crazy stuff all the time. And the younger version of me, I would definitely say, um, you're totally not what people made you out to be. Definitely not what people have made you out to be. You are better than any of this. Yeah. Advice for those in their 20s: live your best life. Go out, date, meet new people, take that job, quit that job. You know, do what's best for you in any sense that motivates you and your happiness at any given point in time. You know, like me, I'm doing a podcast. Like, if you want to do a podcast, do a podcast. If you want to take that trip to Jamaica, the Bahamas, whatever it is that feeds you, like feeds your soul and your happiness, go and do it. It's just that. Go and do it. Write about it, talk about it, affirm it, manifest it, do all those things that you wish to do because you only have one life. Is the path that I'm genuinely on right for me now? Like, I can say in all honesty, yes. I think I was like afraid to be on a certain path at first when I had to get rid of people that wasn't benefiting any positivity in my life, and all they had was like negative energy to give out. But I think I miss certain people, but I know like my growth was the most important thing that I should be doing. Healing, maturing, prospering for certain things to be different. Yeah, like my path is different than everybody's. Like, everybody has their own journey, their own path to take. I can't help what they have to go through on their own path or what God wants them to see. But for me, I've been highly blessed, highly favored. I love saying that. And I'm such a more better person, such a happier person, rather than how I felt about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Let's see. Ooh, can discipline be learned? If you work at it and try to humble yourself a little bit, yes. With taking accountability for your actions as well, it's very important, which I believe that it is. I had to be disciplined. I had to be humbled, disciplined in certain environments, and not settling where I shouldn't. It's very hard to be disciplined, I will definitely say. It's not an easy task, but whoever has mastered that task, congrats to you. Um, is romanticism important to me? It's crazy because my reading says something otherwise. It is. I think my healing journey or my next chapter is about to open up into romanticism, and I'm excited for it. I really am. It's important to me in some kind of ways, but I feel like love can always conquer certain things. Just not even like my own special person. I feel like the people. I'm not gonna talk about that. I think it's important to me in certain kind of ways. So it's not like a rushing thing for me. I think whatever's for me will find me, and that's it. Right now, I'm just going with the flow. I'm not really talking to anybody. I am single, literally single. I will literally say something about Pookie Butt, and there's really nobody. But it's not that important to me. Like, I love seeing people's relationships, and I love seeing them happy on the railroad tracks or something. I love seeing love. I love watching lovable movies and shows and whatever. But when it's my turn, yeah, you don't know when it's my turn. Do I recognize myself when I feel all types of emotions? Not all the time, but when I start to feel down, pushed out, not heard or anything, then yes, like other people more so notice it now. Um, for me to like be vocal about it, and I enjoy that. I reciprocate the energy, all the above. Yeah. Or do I feel invisible? Sometimes I do feel invisible. I'm not gonna lie, like I felt invisible all the time when I grew up, and everybody got like a lot more attention about their emotions, possibly more than I did. I was called a crybaby a lot as well, due to not getting my way or just people just being flat out like idiots, and still is. Not me, but they're still idiots. I think now I'm able to recognize it and kind of deal with it differently rather than what I used to do for myself. Am I happy? I'm neutral. My watch says I'm neutral. So right now, I think again, like I'm just going with the flow. I am happy about certain things, knowing certain people, being in environments that motivate me to want more for myself. So that's really, yeah. But I think this is the most neutral and happy I've ever been. I'm not cheesing all the time, but when I feel okay and happy and I'm laughing, then yeah, it's okay. Um, who inspires me the most? This was a hard one. I think it would be me. I inspire me because look at all the growth that I've done, and I thought I would fail at certain things, like even school. I thought I would just not be where I am today, standing up for myself, doing things that nobody would expect me to do, and really coming out on top is really a blessing in disguise. Like, God be doing his big one for me. And I wish I could have saw who I was then to who I am now. It would have been such a even bigger motivator. Like, I want to get to where I am today and do more. So I really do inspire me. I hope people can understand who I am as a person, who I am as a lover, a friend, a giver, just all these things, as I grow and as I meet other people, be in other environments and stuff like that. I really do hope like everything, which I know is going to come together for me, but me as a human being, me as, the loving, bubbly person that I am, I'm really not quiet anymore. I'm really coming out of my shell for real, for real. But I've grown to love myself and the environments that I'm in that kind of bring out the best in me. So, yeah, it's all me. I do want to say, if y'all haven't watched any other episodes, make sure y'all catch up. Sorry this episode took forever to record and upload, but I appreciate all my supporters, people who reach out, people who watch, people who say like, "Hey, like your podcast has really helped me." I hope I can continue to inspire the rest of y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And that was that. I hope everyone has a great weekend.